Facebook Live. I don't know if it's gonna flip. Let's see. All right, it's flipping.
Rotate device.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think you gotta kind of...
No, it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
It
good.
says rotate device on it. Rotate device. There you
Oh,
go.
maybe it was.
Oh, it's not gonna let you. Just have to stand it up. Dang.
It's all
We
good
might
though.
scoot back on it if we have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, let me go ahead and put it.
Yo, what's cracking, everybody? Big JD right here. This is the PBR Live. I'm here with my boy right here. This is my man, Jaime from Freedom Lifestyles. I don't know if you guys remember Freedom Lifestyle. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had him on the show, did a couple of interviews with him, and he's just passing through on his way back home. He stopped off here in OKC, and we're right here at the 21C Museum Hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. And
The background.
yeah, he's loving the view of the background, and we're kind of all just scrunched up because I tried to have the thing rotated, but it was telling me to rotate the camera back. So bear with us real quick. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit so I'm not like breaking my neck.
And
Cracking.
to
Where's
everybody
Ivy?
out there, this gonna be a collaboration we're doing. I'm actually got my phone on the other side over here. You want to show it to him real quick?
Yeah,
so
we're gonna
check it
show
out?
you. Look at there.
So I'm actually recording this to go on my channel as well. Mine ain't live though, cause I'm not monetized yet. So it's just gonna be strictly a video, but I'll have the same video up as well. And this is the first time I ever met JD in person. He
Yep.
reached out to me through YouTube on one of my videos. He wanted to show some collaboration skills and interviewed me. And I've been messing with him ever since, man. A solid cat, just met him today, literally the first time ever in person out here in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma
I'm loving
City.
the city. I'm gonna, hands down, it's way better than where I'm at, I'll tell you that. It's a solid place to be. This what's the name of this spot?
This is the 21C Museum Hotel, and Marietta's Kitchen and Lounge is the restaurant that's inside of there.
Hey man, GQ. You boys want to come out of OKC? It's a must. Put it on the to see list. Put that on your list, man. It's a must. I'm not sure how the food is because we're not really here to eat. Stick straight to the business on this one because I'm just passing through.
With my boy, that's my homie right there. That's my boy,
that?
Aztec.
Oh, that's it. What's
Yeah,
up, homie?
Mario. He's out there in Honduras right now.
Honduras, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, shit. Stay safe out there, man.
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Honduras
Much
be
love to
going
you,
down.
homie. Much love, man. Glad that you tuned in with us. So we just basically just doing this little collab right here. I gave Jaime the tour around the hotel because this is where I started. This hotel was the first and only place in the city that would give me a chance. It would give me a job. 21C Museum Hotel, Marietta's Kitchen and Lounge. Nobody else wanted to give me a fair shake. Nobody wanted to give me a shot. I thought I was going to have to probably go back to the feds if I couldn't find work, because that's what they try to tell you, that they can send you back to the feds if you don't find a job in a certain amount of time. It was getting down to the wire. It was actually getting down to the last couple of days when this place called me back and said, "You're hired." And I started out as a dishwasher. I've said this story before. I came to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, born and raised in Southern California, in the Sela area, and I had nobody here. I didn't know a single person in this whole place, man. They just dropped me in here with $38 and the shirt on my back, some chanclas, some shower shoes on my feet. I started my first day of work here in a dish pit wearing shower shoes, man. So if anybody want to talk about struggle, that's what struggle is working in a dish pit with shower shoes. And there was this dude that was working in there, and he said, "Hey man, come with me, man. I got some old boots in the back you can wear." So I had some hand-me-down boots. This is where it started for me. This is where I made my life. I sacrificed, I saved, I scrounged, and I stayed in that halfway house with nothing while everybody else in there was visiting their family and ordering pizzas and burgers and takeout Chinese and walking around in fresh pressed Levi's and brand new Jordans and all that stuff. I was wearing the same old raggedy ass sweatpants that the feds gave me. And fast forward it now to almost 3 years later, coming up next month, it'll be 3 years that I've been here in Oklahoma City. Fast forward it to 3 years later, living in a 3-bedroom house. I got a real career, making some real money in my life, paid down almost all my debts. I got a credit score that's already crossed over into 700. Just, you know, I go to any store and buy whatever I want, go and eat wherever I want. I got a car, all that. I got a 401k, got a pension retirement plan waiting for me for whenever I get to be about 60, which is going to be in 40 years. But yeah. So that's what living the dream fresh out is all about. Straight out the pen, picking yourself up, toughening up your skin, tightening up your emotions, keeping your cognitions in check, setting your goals, and working towards the dream that you have. Because if I can make it being a 40-something-year-old career criminal, gang member, bank robbing, drug dealing, all that shit, if I can make it, you could definitely make it as well. This is living proof right here. And this man, no stranger to the system himself. Coming up out of Texas, San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Out of San Antonio, Latin King. Went into the federal system himself, went to USP Florence. And basically changed his life, man. Decided that this is not what he wanted to be about any longer. And he changed it around, man.
And I just want to touch on that real quick, JD.
Yeah.
Something that you might not even be familiar with, but I actually got a video called Relocation on my channel.
Yeah.
And I went through the exact same struggle that you found yourself here in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
I'm not from Springfield, Missouri, but that's where I live now, and that's where I got released to from the feds. I didn't know nobody there, didn't have no family, no nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I got family on the outskirts, like a couple hours away, and I was supposed to go to the Kansas City halfway house.
Mm-hmm.
But the Kansas City halfway house was packed. So they gave me an option. They said you can wait 3 to 4 months till you get a spot, or we could have you out of here in the next 2 weeks if you go to the halfway house in Springfield. They got an opening coming up. So I did what any criminal or any man would do in that situation. I said, get me the hell out of here as soon as possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to wait 3 to 4 months when I can be out in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck would do that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm out of here. I'm gone. So I went to Springfield, and I've been in Springfield ever since. I tried to leave on numerous occasions to no avail by the powers of whatever it may be,
Mm-hmm.
of fate, destiny, call it what you want. I just couldn't leave, man. I just guess it ain't time, you know. But I did try, and I got out there, didn't know nobody, was in the halfway house, got a job, and had to just share the same struggles, you know what I mean? Didn't have no money in my pocket, didn't have no family, you know what I'm saying? So relocation was an option that JD took, that I'm noticing now in his testimony right here. He had to relocate with no family, no nothing, because staying was not an option, correct or not?
Well, basically, put it like this: relocating is something that I did, but it was something that I didn't do voluntarily. The feds had actually dumped me here because I couldn't go anywhere else. I mean, my mother passed away. A lot of you know this. My mother passed away 6 months before I got out, and my sisters were in no position to take me anywhere where they were currently living in Texas. I tried to relocate to Bethesda, Maryland, to be with my mentor and his family. But the minute the federal probation office out there showed up at his front door, they said, oh no, I'm just gonna deny this. Well, we don't want this guy living here. And then my mentor had actually contacted her supervisor and said, so what's the problem? They said, well, I hate to tell you this, Mr. Londa, but this guy Rutherford's a real piece of work. He's got a criminal history that goes all the way back to 1988. He's a gang member. He's got all kinds of violence in the CDC. He's got all this different stuff going on. We don't want somebody like that released in our streets because he's a liability. So he's like, well, where's he going to go? Well, he's going to go back to the sentencing district, which is the Western District of Oklahoma. And he's like, he has no family or nobody out there. And they said, well, if he really wants to change, then he'll change. I tried to relocate to California, was born and raised, I had family and family ties, and my social security number's tied to the state, my birth certificate's from there, everything. And they couldn't find a place for me to go there because of the circumstances of family members and whatnot. Had nowhere to go. So they dumped me off right here in Oklahoma City with nothing.
Nice city.
Nothing.
It's a good place to get dumped off at, let me tell you, man. It's nice. I like it.
It's my home now. I mean,
Yeah,
this is my second home. I'm born and raised Cali, love Cali, but Oklahoma City is my home now, and this is where I lay my hat. Hang my hat, and this is where, I lay down to sleep, and I got a lot of good friends and a lot of good family here now. And I mean, I'm making it, man. I'm proof that no matter what your circumstances are, it doesn't matter what they are, you can make it with nothing. If you just apply yourself and believe that you could definitely make it, and you'll make it.
On the way over here, JD, I actually was contemplating, how I was going to approach this, and I said, we're just going to flow with it, right? But that's I have a few questions that I was really just wanting to personally know and hear from you. Number one being, what was the number one thing you learned about running the streets as a gangster, as a criminal,
The number one thing that I learned is that life is short, and that at any given moment you could just be taken out of this world, and you give your whole entire life to this gangster code, that if you're gonna die anyways, whether it be in prison or whether it be in the streets, you might as well go hard and go harder than everybody else. Do it fast, do it hard, and get it done, and get as much as you can while you're out there, because it's a short-lived life, and you have to enjoy every minute of it while you're in it. As crazy as that sounds, but if you're in that life, you have to make the most of it. And I learned that there's very few people that you can trust, and in the end, it really basically lets you know how small you are, how small of a fish you are in a big pond, because there's just so many heavy duty players that are in the game all over the country, all over the world, that are involved in one thing or another,
and that's my experience on dealing with power groups, you know what I mean? Because when I was running with my affiliation and witnessing other people run through their affiliation, it's it all revolves around the mighty dollar, crime, selling dope. It's a real cutthroat thing where you really can't trust nobody, man, because you're dealing with a bunch of people that not living right, first and foremost. When you're not living right, that's what's going to happen, time and time again. It's my experience, you know what I mean? You're selling dope together, you're hitting licks together, you getting high together, drunk together. There's just, it's a recipe for a disaster in my point. So which leads me up into the next question is, what is the number one thing that you learned from your life in the penitentiary?
I learned that, that everybody has their own self-serving agenda in there. And although we may be considered united in order for the common struggle and the power and control of things and safety in numbers and all that, but when it really gets down to it, the only person you really have to depend on is yourself. And the only people that truly have your back in the end is your family that is out there. They're the ones that will always have your back to the end. And a lot of us take that for granted, and then we start losing family. They start falling off little by little because we get so caught up in the selfishness of our own self-destructive behavior that we take all these things for granted. And in the end, either somebody learns to become one with the prison environment, or somebody learns that they are currently an occupant in this, they're occupying this current environment, but it's not something that is permanent to them in their mind. Prison was never permanent for me, but it always seemed like I was trying to make it permanent with every decision that I made. Every bad decision, every wrong turn would become permanent at some point. And I was lucky that I didn't make it permanent this last time. I was lucky, but you know, that was it. I mean, it's basically it. If anything was to happen again at this point, you know, they'll probably just wash me.
And you know, on the way up here, I was contemplating these questions, and I actually asked them to myself. I was like, how would I answer that? And I answered that the number one thing I learned in prison is, you know, you're by yourself, you know,
Yeah.
that you're all alone, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That mind your own business, basically. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
mind your own business, handle your business. You know, so the more to yourself you can stay, the longer you'll avoid any kind of issues. Sometimes issues in prison, they're gonna pop up and you're forced to play the role, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a war pops off, a riot pops off, you know, somebody disrespect you, your cards are forced. So you handle your business in that case. But
Exactly.
the number one thing I learned is that I was alone and that mind my own business was the number one thing, you know. And which leads me up to my third question. Seeing as how you've been on YouTube for a minute, you know what I mean? He's living a freedom lifestyle, first and foremost. That's why I reached out to him. He broke out of prison break raw. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with JD. And that's why a lot of y'all fuck with him too, man. Your subscribers and everything, you know. We share each other's struggles. You know what I'm saying? He's out here sharing his life testimony, his thoughts and opinions, and he's walking proof that it doesn't have to be a revolving door of in and out. You know what I'm saying? Which anybody can do what we doing. If you apply your mind, if you out here and you about that unity, that power and that strength, hey, my hat's off to you, and hopefully we can meet up one day. And yeah, you'll be sitting right here with me and JD. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah.
what's the number one thing that you've learned from this YouTube thing?
The number one thing that I learned is that, you know, I started out kind of slow on my channel. I started out with trying to teach people cognitive behavioral therapy. And it's what basically had helped me break free from the incarcerated state of mind that I was in, the imprisoned mind. And I was trying to give it back, because this is one thing that my mother wanted me to do. Was on her deathbed, my mother, you know, asked me to make her two promises. She told me to quit the lifestyle, and she said to become an activist or an advocate for men and women that are struggling with the same stuff that I was struggling with for so long, and help them stay out of prison. Because she said, I don't want to die knowing that you could have prevented many different young men and women from breaking their mother's heart like you broke mine for so many years. And that right there was powerful enough for me to say, I'm done. I'm done, and I am going to honor that promise.
Sorry.
And I did that. And I learned, like, early on, is like the approach that I was taking with my channel was wrong, because I was trying to create a personality that wasn't really me. It wasn't really the authentic me, the authentic JD. And somebody told me to just be yourself, man. Be yourself, and just allow all that arrogance and sarcasm and everything to flow, but do it in a constructive way that makes people think. So everything that I do, as harsh as it may be to some people or directed at some people, there is always a constructive, positive element in the underlying surface that basically says that I am coming at you like almost like a drill sergeant. I'm coming at you with brutal honesty, and I'm giving you some of the negativity that you're putting out, whether in any way, shape, or form that you are putting it out, or whoever else is putting it out. And I am doing other things that allows people the ability to think. Because if I get under your skin, that's the best way that's going to make you think, is if I'm getting under your skin. If I'm making you feel uncomfortable, I'm getting under your skin, you are going to do your greatest thinking at that moment. And if you stop and think for a second that, wow, man, why is this dude getting to me? You can actually learn how to move past that and control your emotions. That's how I learned how to break free. I mean, when I went through cognitive behavioral therapy, I mean, they put me through the ringer, man. You think I'm bad. some of these people that came at me and some of the things that I was forced to hear
Oh yeah.
and not jump up and break somebody off something vicious with a 2-piece,
Oh,
3-piece, 5-piece, straight knockout punch
I can relate.
was
Concur.
that I started to think that, you know what? Why is this making me feel some kind of way? Why is what this person is telling me making me feel this way? Maybe it's because there's some truth to it. That's the only way that anybody can make you feel any kind of way, is that there's really some kind of truth to it. If they're really striking some kind of nerve, they're triggering something inside of you that's basically telling you that there's something deep inside of me that I haven't addressed. It's being in your blind pain. And it's something that's in your blind pain is what you really need to work on, because those are the things that actually keep you caught up in a trap, in that web.
Without even knowing it.
Right.
Yeah. So would you say that one of the biggest lessons that you've gotten off this YouTube is that you just got to be yourself, you know?
You just got to be your authentic self, no
Gotta be
matter how
yourself.
much, you may get under somebody's skin, no matter how abrasive or arrogant you may be, or no matter how
Stay in your lane. That's a perfect saying right there.
Yeah, no matter
Stay
if
in
you're
your lane,
if you're bubbly or happy and giggling and
Yeah.
laughing and stuff like that, if that is your personality, don't try to change it for anybody, to appease anybody. Be an individual.
Keep your sanity too, man,
Yeah,
because one of the
individuality.
biggest things that I've learned personally off of this YouTube thing is that not everybody's gonna like your shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who the fuck you is, man. You can be Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? You can be Jesus Christ himself, man. Not everybody's gonna like your content, bro. And that's how you're gonna get haters, man. When you start coming out here speaking to the nation, speaking to the world, YouTube is global.
Right.
This damn video can go anywhere, man. Not everybody's gonna be feeling what we spitting right now. But you know what I'm saying? People that share our struggle, I hope that you guys can respect what we spitting, man. What we coming at you with. Because we share the same struggles. There's no reason why you should hate anything we got to say. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no reason why you should be hating on somebody that came from the lifestyle that you was living or that you left yourself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no respect, no love for no haters, man. Anybody, you know what I'm saying, hating on another man for some petty shit, for whatever reason you got, I don't got no respect, no love for that, man. And you know what I'm saying, if I ever, you know what I'm saying, JD can relate to this. You know, any man can relate to this. You bring that hate to my face, we gonna handle it like man, bro. So off of the YouTube, what I learned is that negative comments are gonna come whether I want them to or not. You know what I'm saying? And that I can't just be worried about one video. I got to keep the content rolling. Consistency. So which leads me up to my next question, building up to this next one. And this is the most important question out of all of them, man. What's the number one lesson in life in general that you've learned?
Number one lesson in life that I've basically learned is that we are here living in the moment, here and now. And a lot of people, think towards the future, or they think towards when they die, or if they're storing up enough good karma
To go to heaven?
to basically go to heaven and all that stuff like that. Does you no good
Ooh, man.
to dwell on the past. It does you no good to dwell on the future. It does you no good to dwell on when you're gone. The best thing that you can do, and the greatest lesson that I learned in life, is to live in the moment and work towards making my tomorrow better than it was today by living in the moment.
Beautiful. And that doesn't mean live in the moment and cause havoc, you know what I mean, to fuck your life up. Because notice how he said, live in the moment in a way that's going to help my tomorrow, make my
Right.
tomorrow better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just let me live in the moment and however comes my way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely some preparation for tomorrow, even though you don't want to live in tomorrow. That's basically one of the biggest lessons that I learned in my life, is that life ain't forever, man. You know,
Nope.
even though we thinking like, we as men or as humans, we tend to think that we are actually a lot more than we really are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a gangster until they hit their freaking knee against a table or something. Then they're like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Or
So-
they're sitting in front of a federal judge and he's getting ready to read them off 20 years of
Exactly.
sentences, and then they start crying like little babies. I've
Yup.
seen I don't know how many of them.
So long
Crying,
story
man.
short is we you know what I'm saying, we're mortal humans, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get your head too pumped up to where you feeling like, you know what I'm saying, you're just gonna live forever and you're untouchable, man. You know, have some kind of humility to you, man. And definitely one of the biggest lessons in life that I've learned is that money's not everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I've learned to value organizational uh, brotherhoods a lot more now that I've have this revelation, you know, and I've actually learned to appreciate people a lot more and reach out to people that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have before. Like JD, for instance, you know, reaching out to JD, reaching out to other people I've been reaching out to, man. Because I noticed that I clinged on to a lot of people that didn't want to fuck with me no more. As anybody can relate to that. I'm sure everybody's had somebody that you still fucking with that they ain't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Relatives, friends, homeboys, former affiliates. You know what I'm saying? You wanting to fuck with them, they don't want to fuck with you when you hold on to that shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's bad for your health, man. There's 7 billion people on this planet. You don't got to keep messing with the same knuckleheads that don't want none good for you, that always talking behind your back when you turn around, that hating on you. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, they just plotting up against you. They ain't got nothing good for you. They're just trying to mislead you and shit like that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? That's one of the foulest shit I ever seen is OGs passing down this false, fake ass knowledge to the youngsters, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the foulest things I ever seen out here on these streets, man. And the last thing I wanted to ask you was, where do you see Prison Break headed here in the next decade in 2020?
Well, there's a lot of things that I have like in the agenda, and yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I want to do. I've started to basically branch out into more social issues that affect everything because, like I said, Prison Break Raw is all about breaking people free from that incarcerated mindset, that imprisoned mind. And it could be anything. You don't necessarily have to be doing time in a facility to be actually in prison. Everybody's in prison to something in this world. And starting to touch on some more social issues, stuff to make people think. I want to start getting into podcasting. Hopefully, I might be getting out into Patreon here before too long. I might explore seeing how that works out. Getting out and kind of like exploring the country. And just talking to regular people out there in the streets and seeing how like people's lives are affected by poverty, incarceration, disparagement, whatever, you know, drug abuse, substance abuse. And I just want to basically, you know, be kind of like the harsh truth to a lot of people that no matter what the circumstances are, you can always create something better for yourself if you believe in yourself, and that's first and foremost. And you know, I want to take the show to the next level. I know I don't put out videos as much as I should and as much as a lot of people want me to, but I do work a very demanding job, and you know, I'm gonna put forth more time and start structuring my life. 2020 is coming, and there's gonna be a lot of exciting things coming. A lot of pretty interesting topics are going to be talked about on Prison Break Raw. Some stuff that might make some of you mad, some stuff that might make some of you glad, and some stuff that might make you sad. But it's going to be there. But there's going to be some stuff that's going to make you think as well. And for the most part, as long as I am making a difference in at least one person's life that is watching my channel, then I've done my job and I've effectively served the promise that I left to my mother, that I will do that. So if I'm a positive influence on just one of yous out there, then I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? I respect what you said about that, you know what I'm saying? Like networking with people and continuing to grow and meet up with different people out there. Because that's actually what I got planned for Freedom Lifestyle. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's to link up with all my former convicted felons that are pushing past the gangster lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That are reformed, got a renewed mind, and are coming out here trying to do something positive, not only for themselves, but for everybody around them. So that's exactly the kind of people I want to link up to. Come 2020, I'm all about collaboration. I want to meet as many people as I can that are rock solid, that are on the same page that I'm on. And we can become brothers, man. I'll fuck with you the long way, you know what I'm saying? And help out the community, give back to my organization that I left, you know, because even though I'm no longer an active affiliate, I still have ties to all the brothers, man, nationwide, and I still got love for the brothers globally, you know what I'm saying? But it's not just about us. Is what I've learned in this reformed state of mind, is that it's about the streets in general as a whole, every single affiliation, and even people that not affiliated but they rock solid. They, you know what I'm saying? They gonna die out here for this injustice. If you about demanding justice and you ready to see some change in these streets, then I want you on the team. I want to be on your team. I want us to be on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Let us come together like me and JD are together right here, right now. This is where it starts. As small as this may seem, this little collaboration, this is huge. You know what I'm saying? This is where it starts. You know what I mean? You can't have a movement if you're not out here, you know what I'm saying, moving. So this got the 2020 is all about the revolution, man. We got some problems out here in the streets that have plagued the streets for many, many years. People, boys, you know, stuck in that mindset of going in and out of jail, in and out of jail. Juveniles getting lost to that same bullshit. We trying to break that cycle once and for all. And let, you know what I'm saying, all the child molesters and, you know what I'm saying, the sick, twisted individuals of society that don't want to get right, let them have the prison system. You know,
Exactly.
We're trying to break all the homies out of prison come 2020. If you on that righteousness, if you on that revolution, on the renewed mind, then we want to break you out of prison, man. Not just literally in the joint, but break you out of the prison of the mind, out of that lifestyle that's kept you in bondage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Just picture this, man. All the prisons in the United States crammed packed with corrupt politicians, corrupt police officers, with child molesters, rapists, you know, serial killers. Let them have the fucking penitentiary, man. Us gangsters, us homies, we need to start emptying that thing out, bro. It's time, bro. You know, we know better. Where the OGs at? Stand the fuck up, bro. And excuse the language, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be said sometimes like this, because this is the only way some of you cats gonna get it through your head, bro. But not all of you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm one of the ones that you ain't gotta talk like that for me to get it, but
God damn, where'd everybody back there go, man? Look, everybody ran to their safe space. Everybody straight ran to the safe space.
all right, man.
We're gonna look at some of the. I'm gonna look at some of these comments. Here.
Look at
Damn,
that.
man.
Shitload of
I don't know if I'm
comments.
gonna be able to read all these, man, but
Man, what you got, like, damn. Yeah, it doesn't even tell you the number, does it?
nah.
It's crazy, man.
Big shout out to all of you right here that stuck this out and listening.
Hell yeah.
Manuel Martinez, much love to you. Fat and Saucy is a chomo. What's up, man? You loving the name. Angel Lopez, love you too, my man. Max, what's up, Max? Hot Sauce. Tony M. Hara Freya. Angel Lopez. Joshua Greene. My boy Wino. John Johnson. My boy Aztec right there. Much love, my homie. Tamara Tam. Joshua Greene. These are my diehards. A lot of these are my diehards right here. John C. Wicha Molina. Hi. Joshua Greene again. Man, so many views out here being a part of the show.
Yeah.
Glad you're doing good, Angel. You still on right now? Against the grain. You're right here in the hometown. Joshua Greene again. Max Wellhouse, Cali Kush, Roberta. Roberta, it's proof that you can make it.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, man. It's
Hell yeah. Got us a chopper up there, huh?
Chopper Gunner. It's time to play some Modern Warfare. All right, everybody. I hope I gave a shout out to all of you fishing up in the storm. Somebody was saying something on here. Fat and Saucy. Shout out my baby mama. Her name is Lisa. Shout out to you, Lisa. Shout out to your tia as well, homie. Terry Domrud, Bass Chef Batlan, Jeff E, King Hemp Empire, Manny Hernandez, one of my diehards right here, and B, shout out from Western Washington. All right, for all of you that I didn't mention your name, because there's a ton of comments right here. It's freezing as hell, all out hell right here right now. We're gonna go back inside. I'm gonna go back to the crib. He's man right here is gonna hit the road, but check him out. Freedom Lifestyle, Road to Redemption. Jaime right here, he does his own show on YouTube. Catch his channel, listen to his content. He got a lot of wisdom, and he's a good dude, man. He's doing the right thing, doing the right thing. We all do it in our own way.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Freedom Lifestyle with Prison Break Roll. We out this joint, man.
We out, man. Much love and happy holidays. I will see all of yous on the next live after Christmas.
All right, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
We out, man. I'm old.